in the beginning of any new project with a fabulous vision, you know, where you have all those dreams and hoping that they would come true. And then, of course, as time went on, reality sets in. But these were exuberant times, wonderful times. I think Dr. Tarek knew what he was doing when he brought me on board, because I have been working with the ministry for many years in my career as a consultant, and I have consulted with all the partners. I can't remember which partner I have not done work with. So I'm so familiar, so I know how to, the word navigate. In any organization or setup, you do have to know who to go to in order to get information or even to get things done.
I remember that I actually called Dr. Dina before I met her. We have a lot of common friends, but we had not met before this. And so I managed to connect with her, and I wanted to get sort of guidance and advice. Should I do this? Should I not do this? I had come back from graduate school. No, I had come back a few years before, but I had started my own business in education. It's a social enterprise in education. I also felt that this was finally my opportunity to really contribute and to make use of what I learned at graduate school, maybe. I mean, I found out later that things on the ground are very different, but at that point of time, I was very excited that finally there's an opportunity where I can really do something and contribute and have impact in a bigger way, or in a more strategic sort of way.
We had, as Dr. Tarek always says, and until today, we started with literally with a blank piece of paper.
We still have to, in implementing, deal with what exists or what has been existing, but this concept of having the freedom to come up with anything is really, I think, was an amazing opportunity. The downside of that blank paper situation is that everyone had an idea.
Everything.
So I think Dr. Dina did an amazing job of keeping us on track, of bringing us back so that we're all streamlined in our thinking. But yes, we would all sit together. We met a lot at the beginning, with or without Dr. Tarek. And we sort of brainstormed. And then we gradually started meeting with the development partners as well, and sort of trying to understand what role they will play and how they can help us.
The beauty is that we were not even given anything on paper. The beauty of his firm belief that it's a blank piece of paper, and he empowered us by, he called us, I mean, we are the minister's advisors, and in Arabic, Mustashar al-Wazir. So we don't have any IDs, we don't have any, nothing that would identify us as a minister, except of course documents, but that doesn't, these are all invisible. But then by giving us his support, we were able to approach anyone we want until now. In the ministry, and we just say, I am so-and-so, Dr. Tarek's advisor for so-and-so, and then immediately, of course, they would meet with us and talk to us. So it is having that enormous support from the minister that we are given this blank slate, and we are able to talk to anyone. I've never felt restricted in any way in terms of access to ministry's staff at whatever level. We are able to go and talk to them. I
had the privilege of having Dr. Dina, so that helped me navigate also, because obviously she's the senior advisor. They also, a lot of the people in the ministry already knew Dr. Dina. I was a totally new face for them.
And of course, again, it's a very unusual setup, you know, in terms of we didn't have a formal office, for example. There was an empty office, and whenever you want to use it, but half the time we had to look for the key. So so we decided that no, we don't have to get hung up about having an office. We would, when we need to meet, we'd go to Zamalek. There is
yes, the education fund, education support fund building in Zamalek. Yeah, we used to prefer to meet there.
Yes.
There was a nice meeting room, and And we usually, yes, as a team, we would meet there. If we are setting up the meeting, we would tell whoever's meeting with us to come there, usually. But yeah, we didn't have like a specific office. We worked a lot also online before COVID-19. We were flexible that way. We used to do Zoom a lot even before, and we used to tell people it took not everyone was okay with it then, but because we both have also other jobs, so we had to be flexible and try to get things done in more creative ways.
Exactly, and so when COVID came, it was very easy for us to transition into that, because from day one we were online. For me, Nelly is an absolutely wonderful advisor, but her main and her strength is she listens very, very well. She gives the right advice at the right time. She has no power aspirations, no wanting to control, and neither do I. I mean, so that's why we survive. I think we've been very lucky, because one of the things we wanted, especially, and both of us were very aligned, we didn't want any cameras or any publicity on us. In fact, we would run from any kind of wanting to be interviewed, any TV, and we're really left alone now.
We want to get the work done. Yeah. We want to explain to others what is it that we want to do, and that's it, nothing else.
I think now looking back, that's why we survived. Yeah. I mean, the last two surviving advisors, because of that, because I think we're wise enough to understand that it is very short-lived.
And it's nice to look back and see how we had each other the whole time, and I think that's very important. I would not have survived without Dr. Dina.
Me too, because I needed also a sounding board, because when you're under stress, and sometimes one is under stress either from the ministry's work or from one's own work, and the two sometimes come together and it becomes unbearable. So you do need to have someone to talk to, and then everything calms down and we continue. We are very, of course, proud and happy to be advisors, but at the same time, because I think we also have our full-time, we are also satisfied in terms of a career. Each of us has a career, and this is the pro bono, giving back to our country, and we believe, as Nelly said earlier, this is an opportunity to do something for Egypt. I've tried hard over the years, but this for me has been this amazing journey with, I believe, some impact finally, which is new for me in my many years of work.